Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm sure many of you watched or heard about the recent dev stream. Focus 3.0 is coming, and we know very little. DE gave us teasers of the Void Dash changes, which I'm not a total fan of, but am reserving my judgment since they didn't show the whole system, nor try to test the actual responsiveness of Void Dashing now. How fast we can chain dashes, etc. But the main point of this video today is the Focus rework is coming in April. I'm going to show you one of the funner secrets of disruption. Once Focus 3.0 comes, there is a high chance it may not work anymore since it relies on a specific node on the Unairu focus school. You can still do it after the patch, but it won't be as strong. What is it? This is Bubble Prism, courtesy of Dystopia, who allowed me to cover the topic in light of Focus 3.0. So if you want to fiddle around with this at the height of its power, the days are numbered. The principle focuses on a synergy between bullet attractor effects and Mirage's Prism ability. And before you ask, no, this doesn't work with Scourge properly. The bullet attractor is too small and it very often causes the Prism to just fly out in some weird direction. But as you know, bullet attractor effects redirect all hit scan and projectiles towards the center of the bubble. Prism works by flying around as a disco ball and shooting lasers in random directions with partial auto aim to nearby enemies. Normally only one laser can hit an enemy at a time. The thing is, putting the Prism inside of a bullet attractor redirects every single laser towards the target, including the random lasers that aren't auto-homing. There are 20 lasers, so that's 20 times more damage. But that's not all. Every laser that hits an enemy per tick increases all laser damage by up to 100%, depending on the lighting. Because every laser is redirected to the Demolyst and damage takes 3 times a second, you end up with an absurd damage ramp. Also, this means infinite scaling. Also, the Demolyst cannot pulse the Prism away. The Prism will only expire if the nullifier pulse hits you directly, or you run out of energy. Now, what ways can we get bullet attractor effects? Unairu's Magnetic Blast, obviously, which is the highlight of the video. The alternative is Zada's Whisper. The reason why I'm showing this video now is Unairu's Magnetic Blast may be disappearing with Focus 3.0, and this is the only option that frees up your helmet slot for Roar, which actually increases Prism damage, whereas Eclipse doesn't. There are actually a few setups we will discuss today, so let's hop right in. This is the Showcase Mirage from the intro, an absolute raw disco power and no holding back. The first thing I want to point out is this narrow-minded is rank 8 on purpose. The yeet radius of Prism at 46% range is 11.5 meters. This way you can comfortably throw it at the Demolyst immediately, while staying outside of its periodic 6-meter radius nullifying pulse. Going too low on radius brings you closer to the danger zone, easier to do misplays. Brief Respite is our aura, so that a single cast of Sleight of Hand will fully regenerate our shields. This will work so long as you have at least one other auger mod somewhere, whether the frame or pistols. Prime sure-footed for obvious reasons, and then stacking some strength. I didn't want to use Blind Rage because while only your mirrors and roar will be used outside of a 5-second Demolyst kill channeling your 4, you will be using your 2 a lot to regenerate shields. A 45 efficiency shield gate setup can get extremely expensive, especially because we don't have equilibrium. Besides, infinite scaling and we already have roar for a 49.7% damage increase on the Prism. Primed Flow for a big energy bank since casting your 1, 3, and 2 to shield gate in quick succession can get expensive, and you absolutely want to make sure you have enough spare energy to set up your 4. You can use a normal flow too to save Forma, a rolling guard to shield gate veteran, cast Sleight of Hand, and stacking duration with Prime Continuity and Narrow-Minded to make Roar and Clones low maintenance. Energized because self-explanatory, and Arcane Tempo for a trash mob tool of choice. But the most important part is running natural talents, because holy crap the cast time on Prism. So much so I even slotted Speed Drift in the X list to get it over with as fast as possible. Time spent standing casting Prism is time you can get killed, and it's pain. So this is what I chose. Bring whatever weapon you want to trash mob. I brought a Tenet Arca Plasmor, which is why I ran Arcane Tempo as the second Arcane on Mirage, giving 90% bonus fire rate to shotguns that can proc on critical hits. This is a viral Hunter Munitions setup on a Toxin Progenitor Plasmor. You got your crits here and chilling reload to make easy viral while also getting nice reload buffs. I ran Merciless to cut the 3-second reload all the way down to 1.8. If you don't want to go for Slash, you can run Prime Charge Shell here instead and possibly drop Hunter Moo for a contagious spread. Prime to Cleanse double dips the slash procs for 2.4 times more damage, and Guncio still works multiplicatively on the Arca family. This does mean it is a bit hard to get the ball rolling since we have no base damage, but that's where Slash comes in handy. Galvanized MS is self-explanatory and modus setup. The reason I slot this is for consistency in Slash and viral application. This boosts both the lacking crit and status. Crit gets to 88% and status cranks up to 95.2. If you don't like the double jump requirement on this mod, well, laser sight or shotgun spaz are good alternatives. Galvanized acceleration is essential in basically removing the damage fallen off of Tenet Arca within typical kill ranges, so make sure you slot this. I took Merciless since we're doing viral slash, otherwise if you run pure corrosive, take Deadhead for the headshot multiplier. Pistol, Primer. Can be whatever you want. I just took Epitaph to spam round and CC other enemies as well while setting up against the Demolyst. If you take Epitaph though, you will really want Prime sure-footed. Your clones will let you max out viral stacks in 1 to 2 shots, so you don't need to worry about using beams for optimal priming. 2 Augur mods for the set bonus, and then your typical viral radiation for more damage, friendly fire on, innate blast for reduced accuracy and force cold procs, which will actually really help with slowing the demo too. Combining this with Mega's lockdown will let you hold them in place to kill them easily, since Prism seems to have issues with tracking even within the bubble if enemies move. The Prism goes where you aim, so just keep your reticle on it until it gets trapped in the bubble. Vastlock, a generic armor strip build, with a touch of viral to refresh the status while stripping. That's its only purpose. I use High Noon and alternate the neutral melee and forward melee to constantly break the stance combo and chain together fastest shots. You need to adjust your timing to attack speed, which is why I modded on so much to make it comfier. Alternative weapon if you don't have Vastlock is Sarpa, which strips 30 base armor per shot instead of Vastlock's 54. But Barrel has brought it twice since December, so I sure hope you managed to pick it up by now. And Unairu for Magnetic Blast, the Void Blast to make a bullet attractor the Demolyst can't pulse away for 10 seconds. Alternatively, you can take Zenurik for Energizing Dash for comfier use and less reliance on energy pads if you took Zada's Whisper as your helmet instead of Roar. How to use? If you're on Unairu with Roar, you can spam your Epitaph to prime up the demo and slow it down, then spam Vastlock to armor strip it. Then Void Dash to reproc Lockdown and Void Blast the demo to proc the bullet attractor. Speaking of which, Basilisk's Gaze Waybound Unairu helps to expand your Void Blast radius and tag the demo more easily. Then just launch your Prism and watch it die. If you die or get nully pulsed yourself, your Prism will disappear. Otherwise, if you made it this far, the Demolyst should die in about 2 seconds of the Prism DPSing. If you're on Zada's Whisper and Zenurik, it's a bit easier, but also a tad slower. Make sure Zada is up. Spam your Epitaph and armor strip with Vastlock, then launch your Prism, and start shooting Epitaph again to CC the area and keep the Void status active, since it only lasts 3 seconds. This will take a bit longer to kill, but harder to screw up, and doesn't rely on good operator plays. There you go, have fun. Hopefully we'll still be able to do this in the future, when Focus 3.0 drops. If this is your first time watching, feel free to leave a like, or better yet subscribe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. 79.5% of you are not subscribed. I'm trying my best to get you new information out always as soon as possible, like I've done with the new augments and these weird meme setups. Stick around if you want to see interesting memes and builds on a nearly daily basis. Don't want to miss out on any of that, do you? That'll be it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.